But anyway, let's talk about what to prepare for tomorrow. Nothing surprising here. I talked about how you need to close the cup. So yes, tomorrow, if this wants to continue heading up, it has to soak up all the sellers that are placed now at the 5-day moving average. Because once a strong support, it will turn into a resistance now. Let it build more liquidity before it starts pushing up. And so this is what you want to be looking out for. For me, especially on a Friday, I'll just take a look at this. Now, if you're looking at the 30-minute chart here, you would have caught how beautiful this is. Absolutely penny perfect from the yellow algorithm. But anyway, I will talk about that shortly. As I was saying, tomorrow's a Friday. You want to be identifying the larger wedge. And if we do break out of the wedge, that's when you take heavy trades. Otherwise, try to focus on avoiding overtrading within the wedge. So instead of this 5-day moving average trade that you may have been looking out for, right, I would prefer that you look out for this liquidity here instead if the market wants to break out. Now you will see green buying, right, as you saw throughout the day. Look, once again, penny perfect green buying here. Absolutely to the penny. It's that same green buyer, right? The market's getting lazy. This is our advantage, isn't it? When the market's getting lazy and just trading with the algorithms, no longer human, no longer too much human, you and I can, in a way, predict its predictability. You understand that? It's not really predicting, but you're predicting its predictability. So do check out if we grab this liquidity here. But the microstructure is understanding that we need to soak up all the sellers before it starts pushing out. So having 20-day and 5-day, which will most likely stay in place tomorrow, it's quite beautiful, because then you can use them as very important confirmation levels, especially if we bounce off 20-day, grab 5-day in that handle, and then we attempt to grab this larger liquidity here if the market wants to go up. Otherwise, look out if 20-day turns some sort of resistance, because I want to show you how magenta has been building liquidity at that 20-day moving average as well. Now there is another algorithm here which I have not charted. Yeah, so this is quite important. Grabbing the 20-day moving average as liquidity, right? So that will be where the blue algorithm is here. So just take a look here at this blue again, this particular liquidity level, especially if we do open near 5-day and we have that event to grab the liquidity here. But this yellow is quite interesting, right? We do have some liquidity level that's built, and by then your 5-day and obviously a 20-day will already turn into some sort of resistance. But that's not the end of the wedge. Now the larger wedge, as I always tell you, it's where this blue algorithm is. Right? Remember where the main liquidity is? It's here. Last Wednesday. Was it last Wednesday? Oh, this Wednesday. Last Wednesday. Right? The liquidity is actually here. So you pay close attention to this, closer to the 680 level. Right, so this is where the liquidity is if the market wants to effectively dump out of that range here. Right, so pay close attention to that. There are a few scenarios you can prepare for this. Right, you can wait for the cups to close. By then, you will see your 685 yellow already turn into some sort of resistance before retesting this larger liquidity here. If this wants to dump, this is the liquidity you want to look out for, near to that 680 level, thereabouts, right where this blue algorithm is. So be careful tomorrow. Several wedges here. I do see the magenta starting to wedge here too. Together with this green, that's where the larger liquidity level is. So for the 5-day retest, you use the magenta. Right, for this larger liquidity, you use this green zone here. Right, there is a cup close you can't wait for with this yellow. Right, and obviously, as I mentioned, the larger blue wedge where the